So welcome back, and apologies for the poor connection there we had with the SCOPA Chairperson Songezo Zibi, and we're going to go back to that discussion. This is, of course, regarding the SCOPA inquiry into the affairs of the Road Accident Fund. Mr. Zibi, thank you so much for your patience as well as we resolve this particular issue. But just getting back to the matter at hand, you know, last week's testimony from the SIU revealed some systemic breaches of fiduciary duty. We spoke about some of the procurement irregularities and financial mismanagement. And given that the Road Accident Fund is technically insolvent, just how bad and how widespread are the problems at the entity?
Sakina, the good thing is that there is now a new board at the Road Accident Fund, and that board has started the work of trying to recover the organization. The technical insolvency of the Road Accident Fund has more to do with a model of funding that it has than core mismanagement over the years in and of its own. Secondly, the high rate of road accidents in South Africa. What has simply made things far worse is the level of mismanagement. And I think if the Road Accident Fund is able to get a competent board, get a competent management, put the right systems in place, it will still be able to service South Africans, especially if the legislation is changed to amend the manner in which the financial commitments are delivered to people. In other words, loss of future income does not necessarily need to end up in a lump sum payment upfront, when it can be annualized or paid on a regular basis over time.
And to that point, you know, how does SCOPA respond to claimants who actually complain about delayed claim payments? Because if people are injured, and some more seriously than others, they may be in dire need of those funds that unfortunately for some or other reason takes a very long time to get to them, Mr. Zibi.
That is unfortunate. I think there are two types of claimants who've been left in the deed share. The first part are people that have been trying to lodge a claim, or they've thought they've lodged a claim. The Road Accident Fund has never even registered them and has basically chucked those claims in the bin. So that's the one. The second are claims that are supposed to be paid already, or they are already in the system and they need to be processed and finalized. The board has committed to doing that work, and we believe that it has begun. But I also want to say it's going to be important for them to put in place mechanisms for affected people to be able to check whether their claim was indeed registered and whether it's got all the valid documentation, and that the system that is used to capture that information is in accordance with legislation and not outside legislation, as the previous board had authorized management to use a form that is unlawful.
That was one of the other allegations against the Roads Accident Fund, Mr. Zibi, poor record keeping. And just yesterday, looking at some of the procurement documents, that was evidenced again.
Yes, I mean, there's poor record keeping, Sakina, and then there was deliberate exclusion of records. For example, last week we were told by the people that are building the IT system that they're building it such that if you lodge a claim and not all your documents are in, they refuse to register it. And those documents need specialist reports, which are very expensive. In some areas, they're not accessible to people. And so if you're not able to access a specialist, you filled in a form, you've got the police information, the information from the hospital and so on, they still don't even register your claim. They refuse to register it. So it's not just poor record keeping, it's deliberate exclusion of claimant records, which is going to cost a lot more money in the end, because that system, for which the Road Accident Fund has spent over $500 million already, will have to be reconfigured so that it can do what the law requires them to do.
So, and this is the crux of the matter, because more money needed. What it sounds like is that you're talking about, you know, structural changes again at the Road Accident Fund. And all the time, Mr. Zibi, you have the victims and others who are claimants against the Road Accident Fund who expect to be paid one, fairly, and two, expeditiously. Are you able to give the public any sort of assurance at this point that this can at least be done?
We believe it can be done, but I have to be honest, it is going to take time. The system is broken. It truly is. If I said anything different to the public, I would be lying, and I don't want to do that. The system is broken. To give you a sense, Sakina, 3-4 years ago, the road accident fine finalized 250,000 plus claims. Last year, it only did 63,000. So it's going to take time.
Indeed, it sounds like a massive problem, but at least it is being dealt with. Thank you so much, SCOPA Chairperson Songezo Zibi, speaking about SCOPA's inquiry into the Road Accident Fund and some of the issues that they are dealing with there. And that is, unfortunately, where we have to leave it for this morning.